hope you enjoyed this little intro from Fuerteventura. I just came back to UK and it's freezing cold. So let's wrap it up. I've got a little project for you. This is gonna be a gauntlet. It's gonna be something for the cosplayers or people who do sword fighting. And while I'm gonna do that project, I'm gonna tell you all about what's gonna happen this year and what we gonna craft and how the channel will progress. Did I just tickle your curiosity? Keep on watching and you will see what's gonna happen next. Let's start from printing out the pattern and let's start creating. It's actually a bit more of a vambrace than a gauntlet itself, because gauntlet is actually protecting hand and the forearm. This will be only for forearm. When I create the pattern, I like to leave a little bit of paper on one side so it sticks better to the other side. After you finish with the pattern, place it on a leather, mark all the holes we need to do, and you can start cutting the leather out. This project is quite simple. It shouldn't take you more than 2 hours to complete one of the vambraces. And if you want a basic vambrace, you don't need any fancy tools. So cutting knife, couple punching tools, and you're ready to go. I use really thick leather, about 3.5mm thick, wedge done, and 2 straps. You can find the length in the pattern on our website, which is qcrafted.com, and this pattern will be free. And if you're new to our channel, you probably will find some nice useful patterns on our website as well. This vambrace, which I'm doing right now, is very thick because it's for practical sword fighting, so it has to be practical and provide some protection. It's also quite big because it's made to wear on padding, so if you want to create something a bit more for the cosplay, I suggest to make it smaller and from thinner leather as well. If you want to use it without the padding, you need to make it more narrow. Let me tell you what's gonna happen on this channel this year. I've got a couple interesting projects, like we're gonna create a couple backpacks. I've got a new wallet to create and design. We're gonna go into subject of doctor's bag as well. And you will see quite a few accessories for motorcycles. We're still gonna create free patterns and premium patterns, so there will be still some freebies which you can grab, but there will be more. I'm gonna go into woodwork and upholstery, so if you're interested in those subjects, let me know what you want to see in the comments below. Alright, let's go back to the project. So corner punching tools are usually used for the corners, but obviously if you don't have one, you can use knife like I do in this video. So you do little cuts to make edge more rounded, then use some sandpaper to polish it into the smooth corner. But sandpaper, I'll do it later on when I'm gonna do all the edges. Another tip for you, if you don't have oblong punching tool, I'm gonna show you how to create belt slot without it. Grab a punching tool which is about the same as the oblong punching tool. In my case it's 4mm. Cut 2 holes on each end, then grab a ruler and cut 2 slots. This is very thick leather, so I had to do it a couple times, but it works out the same. Maybe it's not as pretty as the one with the oblong punching tool, but it still does the job. Now it's time to cut out the reinforcement bit. When you got pattern on the leather, just mark the holes as well. For smaller pieces like this, I like to use square ruler. It will give you exact 90 degrees angle. Then finish off cutting out with the utility knife. And obviously we can use corner punching too, like I do it here, or we can round it with the knife. But remember to mark the lines because you want all the corners look the same. So the main piece and reinforcement piece are ready, so it's time to cut the straps out. I had to bring new piece of leather for that. What I do with new piece, I always grab a ruler and take the longest edge straight so I can cut the straps out with my strap cutter. I'm doing some changes to my workshop because it's too cluttered and I don't enjoy working there so much at the moment. Right, now it's time to do the edges. It's totally optional. You can use just sandpaper if you don't have the skiving tool. And when you finish the edges, run it with the sandpaper. I put it on a piece of wood, so it's better. And work on those corners if you use knife to cut them out. I always like to polish the edges. I use Tokonol for that. I fitted it into ultra flow marker with a little bit of water. I think I use 3 parts of Tokonol and 1 part of water. I put affiliate link into the description of this video for this marker and couple other tools which I think are valuable assets in your workshop. Before we put everything together, I need to do the straps. So I use this made by me stencils for the straps. I cut them out on my laser cutter. I can't make too much noise, so I use presses instead of mallet and a punching pad. This is last part we need to cut out. Let's start putting things together. I use rivet screws, otherwise called Chicago screws. That's why this project is so easy to do, because we don't have any stitching involved or any other complicated bonding. And last bit is to shape it and put the belts inside. But we will need to still take it out because we're gonna just mark it where the holes should be. Fed the belt through the buckle and use scratch awl to mark the hole. I usually add 1 or 2 holes before, because if belt stretches you got some adjustment. And do the same for the shorter strap. I've got another pro tip for you. There is a couple ways you can mark the holes. We can use compass or we can use this fancy ruler. You can find it in the links below the video if you want to use it, but I will show you how to work with compass. I set it up on 25mm and then place it on a ladder and go like with the compass on the map and just try to stick to the middle. And there is only little difference between a left hand and a right hand. You just need to put straps the other way. So we got everything ready. Let's put the straps in. I used extra loops next to the buckle, but you can fit them in between buckle and the first loop. I spotted one thing, that the front strap is a bit too long, but I made adjustment into the pattern. Everything is ready. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you in the next one.